Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday night's Messages of Love from Above. And here we are, the end of another weekend and a Monday morning to some of you on the other side of the world. So, welcome, welcome. So glad to see you all. And as always, super excited to see what messages come through. So, we'll get started in just a moment. But I do want to send love out to the world. And if you'd like to join me, whether you're watching live or even on replay, we can join together outside of space and time where this beautiful love energy exists. We can bring it into this realm. So I'm going to take a big deep breath, come back to right here, right now, let all the outside world and all the stress and the chaos just fall away. Just let that love flow down into our own heart first and fill us up, and then flow out to the world, circling the globe in a giant ball of love energy, sparking every heart who's ready to vibrate higher and higher and higher, that it impacts the whole collective of the world. And if you yourself are in need of unconditional love energy right now, for your own mind, your heart, your body, for a loved one, a situation, a relationship, whatever it may be, we send that love to you as well, to that person, to that situation. Just let it soak in to you like a giant sponge. Let it do its thing. Beautiful, beautiful, unconditional love. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for allowing me to do that and joining me in doing that as well. And before we get into the actual readings, so there's still a last chance to get into my weekly drawing. Every Monday, I have a drawing for giveaways. And here is the link to the video. Every Tuesday, I put out a video announcing when I'm going to be giving away, how you can get into the drawing and any other giveaway news. And so that's the video talking about the two um, 30-minute personal recorded readings I'm going to be giving away. So if you're interested in getting into the scoop there, you can check out that video. Also, this last week, I put out episode 2 of Take 10 with Zen, which is a weekly video series that I started. Obviously, fairly new, episode 2, but it's all about it's a video 10 minutes or less on connecting to the higher realms, knowing more about ourselves, and answering questions from my subscribers. So if you have any questions that you would like, answered in general, and it's not like for readings, but it's like knowledge of like, well, tell me about like episode 1 was dimensions. This one was about spirit guides. So if you're interested, be sure to check those out. They were quite entertaining to record. And also, we're 1 week away from the end of June. So if you haven't checked out your June monthly, it also goes in talking about the summer and winter solstice. So it's good for a couple months anyway. So if you want to check those out, that's the playlist for that. And then each week I put out at least one pick a card reading. And this week's was about the solstice. What's the solstice bringing you? And so there's a pick a card for that. And I have a ton of pick a cards if you're ever interested in finding out more messages from spirit. I have a ton of free content on my main page. Just click on my bruddaZEN Mystic Tarot and you'll see the playlist on that main page. So I think that's everything. I believe so. If not, I'm sure it will come back around here. So if you are new to my channel, um, or new to these readings, welcome, first of all. So glad to have you. Have a wonderful soul family full of individuals with huge hearts and senses of humor to match, luckily. So we like that. Um, And I'm just going to get my desktop all set up here real quick so we can get into the readings here. So bear with me one quick sec. And that way I won't accidentally close out of anything and lose everyone. Okay, here we go. So how the free readings work is I do go down the chat in order, first come, first serve. There's no special list for the free readings. The chat is the list, and you just put your question out there, and I'll eventually get down to it in most cases. Um, what else was I gonna say? Oh, you don't, if you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading or guidance, and spirit knows what you want, and so we'll pull cards for that. But if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that as an energy exchange, and I prioritize those readings. I step out, dive deeper into those, meaning I pull more cards for them, and then I return back to the free readings once I'm done and continue down the list. I'm usually on for about 2 hours, sometimes longer, depending. Um, so I try to get to as many free readings as I can. But if you do want to make a donation and have it prioritized, you can use the super chat at the bottom of the chat. Also, in the pinned comment in the chat and the description box of the video down below, I have my PayPal, my Square, my Cash App, and Venmo, right? I think those are it. So you can make a donation any of those ways. And I don't look for the dollar amount. I know everyone's finances vary from day to day, person to person, country to country, planet to planet, or whatever. So whatever you are able to give, I honor that. So I think that is it. I do have a couple donations that have come in. I had one come in on PayPal first. So Heart Sense, you'll be up first. And then James, you came in after that, and then you'll be there. So I am using the Star Tarot and the Naked Heart Tarot. One last session. I usually keep the same one Wednesday through Sunday, and then I change it out each week because they're all my babies, and I don't want them to feel like they are abandoned. So we'll start off here with the Star Tarot. And let me just scroll down here. So the Heart Sense, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And so you want to know, what do your spirit guides want you to be aware of right now? All right. So I'm going to pull some tarot, and I am going to pull a oracle card for you too, but I'm going to let you select the pile. You have a choice between 1, 2, 3, or 4. So if you let me know which one resonates with you, I'll pull a card from that deck. It's becoming an interactive reading. All right. Okay. And those two. Anything else? All right. And I'm already starting to warm up already. So we know spirit is a flowing. All right. And what a perfect, because you wanted to know about your spirit guides. And we've got the higher self oracle is the one that came through. So we will do that. Hey, swimmer girl. Woohoo. Congratulations, Mrs. Swimmer girl. You're probably on crowd, or cloud. I was gonna say crowd nine or cloud nine, whatever you prefer. So I love it. All right. So heart sense. Growl, 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 fire, fire, fire. So let's take a look here and let's see what this anger message is about here. Cloud9 says hello. Swimmer just got married. So that's what that's all about. So congratulations. I saw the pictures on Instagram, the video. Beautiful, beautiful. What a way to get it. It was so, I just felt the beautiful energies. All right. So heart sense. That starts off with a quote from Buddha. It says, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. And anger is defined as strong displeasure, fury, and deep hostility towards someone or something. And right now, someone may have betrayed you in some way or broken your trust, crossed a boundary, or mistreated you. And you may be overwhelmed by an intense anger that's beginning to consume you. And at this stage, you may be responding in a way that will not only hurt someone else, but hurt you. And while your anger may be completely justified, it must be processed in a responsible way. If you feel the need to lash out towards someone or respond harmfully, then it's time to pause and take a breath. And at this moment, it is necessary to expel that pent up intense energy from the body. To do so, you can scream in your car, outside, or into a pillow, or release that energy in a way that is harmless. And there's more, but there, I in between this morning session and now I saw this meme on Instagram. It says, "Now, as I get older, I understand now why roosters start off their day screaming." And I thought, that's pretty funny. And that's what this just came through to me. So consider some form of sport that will enable you to release that energy, such as hitting balls in a batting cage, playing golf, or playing tennis. This release is important because allowing anger to remain inside you will have physical ramifications. And when anger is stored in the body for too long, your muscles become tense, your respiration and blood pressure rise, your heart races, and your immune system's impaired. And over time, it is your physical heart that suffers from your own anger. The anger is a constructive form of energy and a natural response to systems of inequality and oppression. And when channeled appropriately, it can become dynamic energy that leads to righting wrongs, correcting injustices, and creating new solution based ideas. If you need help, ask your higher self to help you channel your anger productively. If you're still holding on to anger, ask your higher self to shift your perception about the person or situation. And your higher self can help you understand the lesson and value of the experience and can lead you to forgiveness and healing. It resonates. Oh, yay. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with, anger is a lower vibrational energy, which comes about when our inner child feels unsafe or out of control. And so it's the fight or flight that kicks in, and the anger is the fight. Um, versus the flight. So, when our hissing cat inside of us activates, it's like for a reason. And it's okay. I like that spirit. I used to have this little spiritual ego. Oh, you're not supposed to feel any of the lower vibrational energies. It's so unspiritual. But it's like we came to this adventure theme park, fear adventure theme park with all these fear rides. We're going to ride them. um, we may be bored with certain rides and we're like, I don't need to ride that one anymore. But I like this clarity that's coming in. And it's like, feel the feels, don't push them down, and allow them, productively. you know, we're a soul family here. So if you need help, bearing any bodies, we do it offline. We don't talk about it on a recorded channel. So zit. That's just jokes if anyone's really if the FBI is watching this or anything. They probably are now that I said FBI. Anyway, so your tarot cards, you've got the Princess of Pentacles. I like the balance in the outside world coming in here. And we've got the Princess of Pentacles. So new opportunities opening up here. Wonderful balancing coming in. And, there's like this infinity symbol that shows that we have that ebb and that flow. We flow to the higher vibrational and then we get tired and, maybe bored. It's like I like the example Spirit gave to me of, neither we have higher vibrational emotions, lower vibration, and neither's right, neither's wrong. Just one's like being in a cold pool, the other's like being in a hot tub. And sometimes we want to be in a cold pool, especially after anger, right? Or it's hot outside. It's like I want to enjoy a cool pool, but after a while, it's like I'm cold. I want to go over and get in the hot tub, and it's like this feels great, right? And then after a while, you feel like a boiling frog, and you're like, I want some drama. I want to go play again in some fear rides, right? And then we're like, okay, I've had enough of that. And it's different. We experience it differently when we realize we have the choice, right? Um, it's not like I feel trapped that I have to feel these emotions. Like I get to if I want to, but I can switch it up at any time too. Well, okay. Speaking of emotional choice, Two of Cups. So that is coming in here exactly what I was saying here. And we've got the moon card here, which, when we have anger, if we have suppressed anger, it's buried down in this, the sea, the unconsciousness down here. But I like the moon coming in and allowing it to be brought up here, especially with we have this Capricorn full moon coming up here in a couple uh it's like July 3rd, the day before 4th of July, which we start to feel it, especially people who are sensitive to the moon, like most of us in this chat room. We'll start to feel this next week if you haven't started feeling it already. Capricorn energy, Saturn, the devil card, the shaking and the rattling of our previous beliefs, bringing stuff up to transform it, right? So I like it. I like it coming in here for you because there's this clarity and oh my gosh, yeah. It's like the same message kind of over and over. Queen of Cups, she rolls over emotion, and all the queens are given a second portion of emotion. So she's like the high priestess, but able to dive deep into the moon energy down here. They're able to connect and really look at any emotions that are rolling around down there in the surface. But here's that Ace of Pentacles. So you got the Princess of Pentacles, which is like the page, so you've got this newness, these new opportunities that are opening up in the outside world as you allow the anger to flow and transform. Um, allow yourself to feel it. There might even be some leftover from childhood, that are bouncing around down in the subconscious that you didn't feel comfortable or know what to do with when you were younger. And so there's some good release I feel coming in here. So I feel like your spirit guides are just be aware of the triggers that pop up. They're popping up on purpose for a purpose. I feel like this Capricorn full moon is the devil card, that Saturn energy will bring things to your face where you're like, all right, I see it. Like, you'll see like 5 of your friends going through the same thing, and you're like, "Oh," or you're going through the same thing with 5 people, and you're like, "I get it, I see it, alright already," but they're not subtle with it, and so I feel like maybe you've been having some triggers, 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 and it's like, "Why are they running?" It's like a cat running through a room full of mouse traps. "Why are you setting off all the mouse traps?" Because 'Cause they're like, "We want you to see them." You're like, "Okay, I see it. Alright, I'll look at it." But it's for you, right? So, I like this for you, and just know that it's happening on purpose for a purpose for you, so that, these things can be released. Because there's the programs are still running down underneath the surface. They're still impacting us. It's like, "I don't wanna invest the energy to look at that stuff," and they're like, "You already are. You actually will save energy looking at it because you'll stop needing to invest energy to maintain it," and I'm like, "Oh, well, when you put it that way, alright. Make it, speak to me. I'm a Aquarian. I have to has to make sense to me logically, so, cost benefit analysis going on." So, we like that. Right? So we're well, we have them. It's not like we have a choice, right? We are the ones that created them. Our little inner child did. That's what all our little triggers are is, when our emotional body was being created, we had punishment experiences and praise experiences, and we created a bunch of triggers and rules around them all so that we can keep from having these things happen and have more of this happen. And there's just so many of them that it's like a room full, in my head, just see a room full, like a Tom and Jerry show, I think, the old cartoons where there's a whole room full of mouse traps. It's like, of course, he falls in. the he falls in and, even though he's trying to capture the mouse, the cat falls on everything and ends up them on them. So I like it. Fun, fun. All right, but that's what they have for you, Heart Sense. So I like it. I like the freedom that comes from this and the non-judgment that comes in with it all too. It's for you. So that's what they have. Again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. So many blessings to you. And James, thank you so much for your donation. Appreciate that. So you did the Reiki today with Jackie. Yeah, I didn't think she would because it wasn't going to be, um, I didn't feel like, I felt like, yeah, I think in the, when we asked, it was going to be all about Jackie. Um, and she didn't come up that much. Yeah. And will your encounter have any impact on Patty and you? Let's take a look here. We'll see what they want to know. And also, if you would like an oracle card, I will pull one of those for you too. And I will let you have the choice. I'm going to reverse the order 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you want to choose one, James, I will pull an oracle card from those as well. All right. All right. And you did get the prairie. I always go into my Texas accent from when I lived there for a decade and a half. Prairie Majesty Oracle. So let's see what they have here for you. All right. Interesting. Oops. I just thrown everything all over. Oh, it's just that top card. Okay. Some cards went flying over here. Sorry. To be just like, there we go. Little OCD I am. I just have to have it okay over there. But you got the nurture card. You got the little cottontail rabbit here. And it says, "What role is mothering energy playing in my life?" And it's the Eastern cottontail. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. It just yeah, it wasn't like that wasn't the purpose. That would have just been a benefit. I get you. I like it though with the rabbit. It is fruitful. So I feel like the interaction um with Patty will be fruitful. Um I mean with Jackie will be fruitful with Patty. And it says, at any time, each of us can access the universal divine mother flow that supports, cherishes, and creates. And when the Eastern cottontail bounds into view, it's time to consciously draw from this well, whether for yourself or for another. We all carry both male and female energies, and we all have the ability to mother. And rabbits are well known for their prolific reproduction. Annually, Eastern cottontail births several litters with a handful of babies each time. In preparation, she even plucks her own fur to help insulate the nest. And after a month long gestation, she parents solo, nursing the kits at dawn and dusk. All too soon, the kits are off on their own. Eastern cottontails are solitary creatures coming together only for mating. What is this guy? What's this happening? This is not what I'm talking about. But it sounds exhausting, is what it says. Sounds exhausting? It's easy to wonder how she does it over and over. Yet somehow, Eastern Cottontail finds the reserves she needs to carry on giving life. It's miraculous, really. If you find yourself feeling stretched too thin, empty, or overwhelmed, find a quiet, shielded spot to ground. Touch Mother Earth physically with your body if possible. Imagine and intend plugging into Source, or whatever name you prefer for the spiritual oneness that connects and nourishes us all. Receive this life sustaining force and explore its natural love flow at this time. Do you need to mother yourself? What does that look like? Remember, no matter how solitary you are, you're never truly alone. Are others within your care? If, when they look to you for mothering, trust and pull from this flow. And like Eastern cottontail, we all have great capacity to nurture without depletion. I like it. I do feel with the rabbit, it's like the on the Empress card, it's harvest, it's birth. And so with asking, will this encounter have any impact between pet and you? I feel it will be productive, very productive, according to the extremely multiplying rabbits. Um, oh, that's funny. You saw a rabbit this morning. Wow, how perfect. So, and I do feel like that. I just have this, feeling that, with them talking, that Jackie will be like, "Oh my God, I feel so much better. I know you're tired, Patty, you should reach out to him, or you should get a Reiki session. Or maybe you can reach out to Patty if you feel comfortable doing so, and say, "Hey, I just bumped into Jackie and I gave her a Reiki session and I was thinking about you and I thought, how are you doing? And I was wondering if you would like one, maybe if that resonates with you there." But I like it. We've got the star, which is dreams come true, wishing upon a star coming through. So I like that. I've like the 6 of Wands here, which is, being seen, victory, and here they are leaping for the star. So I with these cards coming in, I feel this is very much that it is a positive thing that will happen through all of this. And you've got the balancing of the heart and mind coming in. You have the 7 of Cups, which is kind of it's sometimes this means emotional confusion, but whenever I get the star card here, I feel like it's like, here's see how this one has 3 stars? It's like you get it's like, a genie's lamp. There's 3 wishes, and there's 4 things down here, which is emotional stability. So with emotional stability, especially balancing heart and mind here, emotional stability, it's like there's 3 dreams that come true or 3 wishes that come true. And then you have the 3 of Cups that you got here too, which is joy and celebration. And even a get together, it could be like all 3 of you maybe get together, you, Jackie, and Patty to hang out. Um, so if you feel like, uh, I don't want to say it's not scared, but hesitant to one on one, if you even need like, hey, maybe you, Jackie, and I can hang out, or whatever. Maybe we can go out to dinner, catch up, or whatever. But I do feel like it definitely, feels very positive and that it has a positive impact on it. So I like it. I like it. It feels like things are just kind of slowly, moving into place, which we knew that would be. It's like if you initiate, I think one of your questions that they're bringing back to me, which at all the readings I do, I'm always surprised that it comes back to my memory, but I know they're the ones that are doing it. Because you asked if you initiated or if you waited for them, and it would like it would just be an extended amount of time before they would reach out to you. It moves faster if you reach out to her. So it's like things are going tick, 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 tick. So it's slowly moving in that direction. So they wanted me to bring that back up for some reason there. But I like it, James. So that's what they have for you. I really appreciate it. And thank you again so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And an exciting adventure. All right. And I think that is all of the donations. So we will dive in to the free readings. We'll take a quick sip here. All right. So Anya Ahuya, you were the first free reading up. And you want to know, will your desired manifestation come to physical reality by tomorrow? Well, the Three of Pentacles, this is about you being true to your authentic self here. And it doesn't feel like a dream kind of desired manifestation. I feel like this feels more, even here's like the nesting within yourself here, and that what you're looking for isn't outside in the physical reality. I feel like they're pointing you back to the nest eggs that are within you in here. There's a nest with 3 eggs in here. And I feel like this is about like being true to your authentic self, not letting go of expectations of others. So it feels like a nudging and a pointing inward from your spirit guides in all of this. It just feels like they're like the manifestation you're looking for in the outside world isn't what you're looking for, what you're truly looking for. I don't know what they're they're like the example they're giving me, I'm sorry, they're just cracking me up because it's like, when your body is, craving sugar, it actually is asking for this. This is what they're showing me. It's like, even though it's like our human is thinking, "I wanna manifest that," they're like, "Well, that's the fault," not a false, but it's like the craving, that is not really what you're wanting. Your soul is wanting something else, even though it's being reflected of wanting that in the physical reality, if that makes sense. And I feel like they're going, no, 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 no. It's like this wasn't what you wanted us to do. It's like your soul before you came down. This is like an important time in your life where they're like, you when you were meeting with your spirit guides and your whole support team are like, okay, at this point in my life, I'm going to be wanting this, but don't give that to me because I want you to point me inward because I need to turn inward. They're like, "Are you sure?" And you're like, "Yep, that's what I want." And you're like, "Well, here, sign here and initial here and sign this waiver." So I feel like that's what's coming in right now, Anya. So I don't feel like what this physical thing is you're looking for in the outside world will come to reality tomorrow. But spend the time, if it resonates, to go inward and go, all right, soul. So what is it that I really want that this represents? So that's what I feel's coming in there. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. And so double, triple, quadruple X, you are up next and you'd like guidance. Let's take a look here and see what the spirit wants you to know right now. All right. So you've got the 10 of Wands coming in here. And the 10 of Wands is this, both like there's this harvest, but then there's also this, I'm exhausted and there's a burden. And I just can't keep going at this energetic pace that I've been doing, investing in so many things. It's time to reevaluate what um, I'm investing my energy in, right? So it's like, whatever all the stuff that you've been pouring yourself into, it's a reevaluation time. Some things are coming to completion on their own, right? And you're like, okay, I don't that's done and that's done. I don't really need to invest energy in that. But then there's this choosing of what I want to invest my energy in. And so it's like, no, 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 no. It'd be ideal to get it down to one single focus, but I know that almost seems impossible sometimes. So 3, get it down to 3 things that you're focusing on at the max and let 7 other things go, with this 10. So I feel like this is the guidance, is that you don't have to do any of that stuff, and some things that may feel urgent are not important. So realize that some urgent things can fall, you can let those go and not get done. You can't do everything, and some urgent things don't have to be done, and they can be let go. So I feel like that is what is coming in for you there, double, triple, quadruple X. So many blessings to you. And LA, you'll be my next free reading coming up, but I do have a donation that came in, so I shall return. Hey, Sabella. Good to see you. Thank you so much for your donation. Greatly appreciate that. And you just want some information with your relationship with mother. All right, let's take a look here. What does spirit, okay, wants you to know about your relationship with mother? And I also would like to pull a oracle card for you. So I'll let you choose. You have a choice between one, two, three, or four. So if you want to just pop down whatever number resonates there for you, we'll pull from that oracle for you too. All right. So, Sabella, I do see here that there is this new spark, this new energy it's like almost like a new start in a way, eh, kind of ish with your mother. It's like there's definitely a spark here, but I feel like because we've got some stuff that can be worked out here, you know. Uh, where do we want to start? Okay, well, let's start with that there is this victory and there is this movement leaving behind old ways of interacting with each other and moving into a new relationship. There is this transformation of relationship that comes in. So I feel like that they want you to know like this is the beginning and this is the end of the story for this reading here. Besides pulling your oracle card here, which we'll do in there. And thank you. We will pull number 4. So they want you to know that, and then there's this interaction in between, which we've got this, the sun card here, bright Leo energy. It's victory too, but it's also about Leo energy's child self, which of course you are the child, right? But it's about diving deep. There's some things to be looked at here with the 6 of Pentacles. And this is the giving and receiving with mother and the relationship. And this goes all the way back to childhood. What this tells me when this combination is coming out around all this subject with all these other cards is that, when you were younger, 7 years old and younger, there was an out of balance giving and receiving that happened. And I feel like because we're talking about mother, it's most likely mother. But it's if you look back of when you were younger, that 7 years old and younger, when your emotional body was being created, there was an individual or individuals, maybe your mom is one of them, and maybe she's not, but you'll know it's like someone that you had to give so much to, and you got very little back. And there's like this, as a child, we have this out of balance giving and receiving that kicks in, and, we don't know any better. We're children, right? And when we look at it, we're just like, okay, well, I have to give 1,000 love coins to get one love coin back. Okay, I guess that's a good rate of exchange. It's not, but we don't know any better, and so that seeps down into our subconscious, which is down here, our inner child, represented by the little child that's right here. If it'll focus there, and there you are. Hello, and it impacts us the rest of our life until we realize it and deal with it because it's down there and our little child self is running the show, keeping track of the love coins and the abundance coins. And so once we reach 1,000, then it lets down these barriers that allows abundance and love and stuff in. And then it's like, pshh, it's like boom, it knocks everything back out. And we have this force field. Like consciously, we want love, we want all this stuff to come in, right? Lots of simply, yeah, battling for attention, right? So there's like all this that we want, but our inner child's going, no, 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 you got to reach 1,000 love coins. So it keeps it all away. And I feel like there is this, um, opportunity now to consciously bring that up into your mind from your subconscious, so it's out of balance, and you think, okay, it was my mom, maybe it was my dad, and you're thinking about who they all were. And when you realize it, you go, okay, I know who they were. I see it now. Then a little edit button appears above that thousand, and you're able to go in there and delete those zeros where it goes from one to a thousand to one to 100 to one to 10 to one, equal giving and receiving. A little save button appears. You click it, and then it seeps back down into the unconscious, subconscious world. And your inner child's like so thankful. It's like it throws the chalk away because it doesn't have to keep track of all those thousand love coins again, because it's equal one to one, and those force fields fall down, and you'll see this energetic change happen between you and your mom, and between you and others, and abundance. And you're going to see this change in your life where things start to come easy to you, whereas before it felt like, oh my god, is it ever going to come to me? So I like that. I mean, you've got the joy card coming in here too, which is joy and celebration and getting togetherness. And it also feels like the tribe comes together because of it. I just feel like there's this bond that changes and happens as well. It could be family, but it also could be others that are able to come in and give. And then let's see here. The Psychic Tarot Oracle is the pile number 4. So let's take a look here and see what oracle they have here for you. The crown chakra. And look, 7 in your donation was 777. So 7 is definitely coming in here for you. A beautiful, beautiful energy. So you're like, yes, I like it. And then, so of course, the color's violet. Um, the element is thought. The gland is the pineal gland, and the key word is I know. So the crown chakra is located at the top of the head and has been called the thousand petaled lotus, or the receiver of light. And this chakra is the center of your link with the universe, the infinite, and your higher consciousness. It's the connection between wisdom and spiritual insight. The crown center is the area where ethereal light and energy are received and then dispersed throughout your aura for total well being. To balance this chakra, you can use meditation, breath work, yoga, spiritual healing, acupuncture, or color therapy. All those work really well. And when properly aligned, your crown chakra will expand to a point where it's possible to access and tap into the deepest sources of wisdom. Yeah. So, and I feel like your mother's still here, right? Because the crown chakra is also connecting to the higher realms, of course, and it's your access point, one of them, to connect to the higher realms, and it activates these your spiritual gifts and stuff. And so, dealing with this with your, with these the 6 of cut, the 6 of pentacles, this giving and receiving also opens up these feelings of worthiness, right? Where maybe before you might not have felt as worthy to receive certain gifts, and but it really just changes everything, and your confidence grows, and the all the stuff that was kept away of, because there's this hidden belief down there about, I have to give so much to get so little back. It's like, oh, eventually I'll be able to access all these spiritual gifts. It's like, no, you can have it now. And you're like, all right. So I like that coming in here with it too, because it's all about your ability. This out of balance giving and receiving is balancing out, where as much as you give, you're going to be flooded with so many things. So I really like that for you, Sabella. So hopefully that resonates um, but it's beautiful. I do like it. All right. So that's what they have. And thank you again so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And Daisy, you are the next donation. Oh, wow. All right. So that explains it. That was a interesting because I was like, she's passed, but no, she's alive. So that makes total sense now. I will relate that feeling. I hadn't had that one before. I was like, she's passed. Well, no, she's alive. I'm like, okay, well, she's alive, but that makes sense. All right. So another chance to have a renewed new relationship with her. So I like it. All right. So many blessings to you. All right, Daisy, thank you so much for your donation. You found one college dollar. Woohoo! But will your current weight loss be noticeable once you go back to college? Oh, all right. Let's take a look here and see. Thank you for donating your one college dollar to me. Wow, okay. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I feel like it does here because got two sets of cards here. These first ones, you've got the Three of Cups, joy and celebration. The Three of Pentacles is being true to your authentic self. And the Lover's card here, too. Whoops. So, um, definitely there's, I feel like it is noticeable in that, because you obviously have joy and celebration and all of this stuff coming in here. So, I really, really like all of this, coming in here. That's like a positiveness. And then if that wasn't enough, then, we've got this emotional fulfillment, dreams come true, movement and victory, and then the 5 of Wands, which is a transformation from, it's your energies, so it's transformative energy, burning, like feel the burn. So I feel like there's a transformation here through a lot of activity. So you got all this movement and the wish come true here. So I feel like it um even if you're, able to walk a little bit, of course, I'm no medical doctor or anything. I just feel like there's a lot of movement indicated here. Doesn't mean you have to like, I hate working out. But going for a nice walk, and it helps calm you too, calm you down and helps extend some of that energy, which also allows you to sleep good. And, getting enough sleep is also very important for your body chemicals and hormones and all that chemical stuff that we have in our bodies. So I like it for you if you can do a gentle walk, and of course seek professional advice for anything if you have any concerns. So um, we need to do that. Um, so be looking at that. We're on Daisy right now, Sukanya, but you'll be up next. Yes, working too hard. So it's good because stress, of course, is takes us into fight or flight, which impacts our digestive system and everything else. So the more calmness we have, it helps with our body for it to function at its highest anyway. So I like it for you, Daisy. I feel like that it does here. So, but they're just recommending, and it's good. It's like, yeah. And then while you're going for a walk, you can connect with us. You know, you can talk with us and have nice, calm conversations. And so I like that. So, boom, boom, boom. There we go. That's what they have there for you, Daisy. So I like it. So many blessings. I feel like I know you're on a diet, but we're going to give you a fortune cookie a fortune cookie card. Let's see what their final message is here for you. All right. I like it. Twists and turns. There you go. Twist and turn, twist and turn. Right. Carefully made plans could be thrown out the window as major changes and interruptions surround you. Make sure you get lots of rest to cope with all the upheaval. Boom. So get lots of rest. I feel like that's what they were talking about is lots of rest. So that is what is coming in for you, Daisy. So thank you again so much for your college dollar donation. I appreciate you expending that toward me. Uh, so I appreciate that. You are very welcome. Many blessings to you. Good to see you. All right. So Sukanya Shrekumar, thank you so much for your donation as well. All right. And then you'd like an angel message, angel guidance message. Should you wait for the next exam to get a merit seat or take up a paid seat? Okay, this time. All right. Well, we'll definitely take a look there. And let's see what we have coming in here. And of course, there's no shoulds. So, they're giving me two piles here. One represents the energy of your first option, which is waiting for the next exam, and then taking up a paid seat this time. So you'll get, two different energies, and you can see which one resonates for you because spirit doesn't have a judgment over a should. They're just different experiences that bring you different things. So what do you feel you'd like to do? Because there's no have to or should. They're like you're on your adventure. And so but they'll definitely let you know the energies so that you can decide here. Okay. All right. So waiting for the exam, you have this opportunity here. I mean, you've got two wands here. So this is new passion, new drive, very bright. And the three of wands is it allows you to even go in a different direction with new information that you have here. So very fiery, very passionate, very energetic, and very bright, here with that. So waiting for the next exam to get a merit seat, very bright. And the taking up a paid seat this time, you've got the 4 of Wands, which is like joy and celebration, but at the same time, it feels like there's a lot of headaches. It's a lot of the 9 of Swords is like fears, it's like nightmares, insomnia, a lot on the mind, a lot of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and must. It just feels so pressured, right? In comparison to, the first option here. So this does bring you joy and celebration, but I feel like it comes with a lot like you have to do, um, like in a short period of time, where this feels like, you're able to have more energy and have more brightness around it. So the first option feels more joyful to me, although the second one is like you have joy and celebration, but it feels like, ugh, you know what I'm saying? Losing sleep and having a lot in your mind and a lot of stress, it looks like there. So that's what's coming in with that there. Um, and I feel like I do want to pull a clarifying card here. And I like these empowering question cards. And I feel like I want to pull one of these for you regarding this situation too. It's like they want to give you an empowering question to help you make your decision. All right, there it is. So, is there something I should let go of to be able to move forward? So, is there something that you can release to allow that allows you to move forward? So, when you look at your decision, it's like, what is my why behind these, and what am I trying to control? What am I fearing? And can I let that fear go? And then I can make the decision without fear influencing my decision. If it's fearing failing other people, what other people think, all those wonderful fears we all have, right, that are poured into our brain. But I feel like that's what they want you to know with that. So that's what they have for you, Sukanya. So thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And then uh birth zy. Thank you so much for your donation. Oh, thank you so much. It's taken a long time to for the calmness to get here. So I used to not be so calm. I used to be very stressed. I almost had an emotional breakdown once from stress, and thus began my journey of Zen. All right. Thank you so much for your donation. And your question is he hiding any feelings from you? And what will happen between you? All right. Let's take a look here and see what they have to tell you here. So, hiding any feelings. And you're very welcome. And any, what will happen between you? Yeah, me too. Yeah, I was just thinking about it this year because when I'm 56, it was 22, 34 years ago. I almost killed myself because of fear and stress. So I definitely understand the fears and stress that we encounter. Um, so I'm glad I hung around because I wouldn't have got to meet all of you guys. All right. All right. And then what's going to happen here between you guys? Okay. Their feelings here, they've got this, temperance. It feels like they're very slow moving. And even we've got the Knight of Pentacles. There's like, I have like 4 or 5 cards that are messages from spirit about slow, like a snail's pace. And these are 2 of them out of them all. So, it's like, here we go, taking their good old time, moving along, moving along, moving along. And the 5 of Swords, they've got a lot going on in their head, a lot of conflicting, beliefs, and like their heart is in battling with their mind. And so there's like this thing going on, trying to figure things out in their head. I feel like they very much in their mind a lot. If they're an air sign, that would make sense because it feels like they have a tendency for overthinking, overanalyzing things. And I feel like they are very slow at like, I really want to make sure I'm going to double, triple, quadruple check all this stuff to go forward. So I feel like there's feelings, but they just haven't recognized them yet because they've got things to do in their mind first. But I have the 7 of Cups, which tells me once they get the mind going, then there's all these emotional confusion that comes in next. And I feel like this is what's below the surface that they haven't recognized yet because they've got this mental conflict going on. And so they have this emotional conflict going on. And this doesn't really have to do like specifically with you personally. It just has to do with these thoughts and beliefs and all this stuff that they've grown up with all their life, the stories, their own self-worth, all this blah 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 that triggers, and it's all triggering and it's going. But I like it because you want them to get all that stuff out of the way before things would move forward. Because I feel like here they will. I mean, we've got the Empress card here, which is a new birth, sensuality, but harvest and stuff that comes forward. And I feel when it does, it comes fast because the Knight of Wands is the fastest moving horse. So I almost feel like it goes from like 0 to 100 miles or kilometers, whatever, wherever you use where you're at. It's just like it's taking forever, and then you're like, "Whoa, here we go," and it just takes off. And it's like it comes out of nowhere. Suddenly, you're just like, "Okay," you get used to it being really slow, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Hi," and you're like, "Whoa, where'd you come from?" And they're just like there. So I feel like they've got all this stuff going on the inside, and I feel like things will progress and that they'll what they will share first with you is their attraction to you and it's physical attraction and energetic attraction. Emotions come later, but I feel like they will. The first thing will be the thing here, snail mode, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh. 5 years. Well, that's good. We got the 5 swords here. So that's good. So maybe this is the 5th year. Boom! Things finally um, but, something, I'm glad you mentioned all that too because, with the 2 patience cards in the beginning, Spirit always says that when things are going slow, they're going slow for us to allow them to clear things out and raise their low vibration, and for us to also look at our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve us that we can release. Also, emotions that no longer serve us that we can release, to raise our love vibration, to raise our self love, because we can't love someone else more than we love ourselves or receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. So, when we love ourselves that much, it doesn't matter what people want to give us or what want to give us when they're going to trickle through. But the more we expand our self love, then the more that opens up so we can give and receive even more love to the humans as well. Yeah, very good. So, yeah, they must be worth it, otherwise you'd have been like, "Psh, bye." So, I like it. I feel like time is ticking, especially if it's been that amount of time. I feel like, here we go. But with 2 patience cards, I can see how it was very, very slow, and not just slow. So, um, I feel like it'll be worth it, for you here very soon. Because, like I said, it's gonna come out of nowhere. Alright, so that is what they have for you. Actually, I do wanna pick oh, yeah. Let's get a little clarity. I like this clarity deck, which is from Girls Gone Happy, is the company that makes them. So let's get here, a clarity question here. All right. Wow. You know, I started using these this mornings, and each time I get a topic card and a question card, which is so cool. Well, you got your work life coming in here, although this relationship sounds like it's been work, and you've got consider the source. So we got that coming in here, which says, think about a strong message you're currently receiving from someone in your life. What in their feedback is actually more about them and less about you? How do your opinions about who they are and what they're all about impact the ways you want to receive their input? So maybe this does have to do with work, like they just wanted to get this side note in. If you have someone who has strong opinions at work, and there's this clarity that they're bringing in here for you with your work life, because I do feel like it's like suddenly like, whoa, oh, we're talking about this over here. It's like, yeah, she knows all about this other thing. She goes, but the work life, you can have some wonderful transformation there with this opinionated person, so that you can see how do your opinions about who they are and what they're about impact the ways that you want to receive their input. So I like that for you if that resonates there. Um, So that's what they have. So thank you again so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And um, again, thank you for your donation. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, good, good, good. Important and unexpected. Here it comes. You're very welcome, and thank you so much again. And Sabella, thank you guys. I'm so glad that the readings resonated. Hey, Aprilia. All right. So, love 1234. I did receive your PayPal email. Whew, phew. I think that's every single one. I know one was delayed, but I eventually got it right. So far, knock on wood, PayPal emails. Maybe they have our attitude changed with them. And so maybe that's what did our energy, right? All right. And thank you so much for your donation. So let's take a look here. So you got three questions. So your first one. All right. So let's take a look here how what the evil stepsisters. I don't know why I see you as Cinderella, and these are the two. I don't know why they're saying these are the two. These are the two evil stepsisters. But so we'll see how they feel, and then okay. Oh, it is this week. All right, here we go. Here we go. So let's take a look here. Okay, and then yes or no. Okay. So we'll do that here. And I feel like get a divine directions. Oh, okay. I don't know, for some reason it feels like I don't want to say, oh, they get divine directions for each one of them. Just more of like the jealousy. It's jealousy. Is it jealousy? You know, it's so they're not like evil like the evil stepmother was. They're just more like, why do you why do you get the prince? We want the prince. That's more the energy of it. All right, so we'll take a look here. So the first one you mentioned that begins with an F. Oh, all right. So for them, you got the Ace of Swords and this holiday. So new opportunity, new information coming in here. One, they see you as intelligent. They see you as uh, new communication. I feel it because it says it's time to go on that holiday that you've been dreaming about, live life. So I feel like, yeah, right, Madonna. Um, so I like this. It feels like they're very much the let's make plans. This makes plans, and so it's like they view you as I feel like the first one that begins with an F, they're like you're a good plan maker, you're organized, you're intelligent, and they definitely they want I don't know if you guys are planning a holiday together, but or like a vacation or a trip. They're like, "Come on, you need to plan this. You need to get it going." And I feel like there's a huge focus. Like they like doing things with you, like activities like that. They're like um they see you as fun, they see you as intelligent, but fun, but organized. I like that holiday type of feel that that one has for you. And then the other one that begins with an E. Oh. So they feel like more maybe the other one is more because they see you as they see themselves, right? So it almost seems like the first one is more intellectual and the second one's the more emotional one because they also see you as the Princess of Cups, the Page of Cups, someone who's in tune and offers higher emotional things and trust. And this one says, trust in your intuition and what you're feeling, sensing, seeing, or experiencing. So one sees you as intelligent and planner and all this, and the other one sees you as emotional, but not like, like, "Oh, you're so emotional," but, like, you feel things and they can relate to you on a heart level. The other one I feel relates to you on a mental level, if that makes sense. So they see you in that way, but I like these energies. Um, so I don't feel like anything, besides that they're jealous of if you've told them about romance, they're like, "Ah, why do you get that?" And I think they're more playful with it, but they're happy for you, but then they also think about themselves like every other human. So I feel like that's what's going in with that there. And then your last week, so it's official, huh? All right. Well, I feel like no, I don't sense any anger or hostility. Um, I feel like the first one, they're more mental anyway. They think of things logically. They just feel like an air signy type of energy. And the other one, it just depends. I feel like their emotions. I feel like they go up and down in their emotions. Yeah. Okay. I feel like it goes up and down. And so I don't feel like there's like resentment and anger and hostility. I just feel it depends like what she's going through. um, you know, she reminds me of your boss. Just a little bit, just like, oh wow, okay, um, if she's not feeling good, look out, get her some chocolate, right? So, all right, and so your last week, it would be it it's gonna feel conflicting, but then it turns into something not conflicting. The 9 of Pentacles, it's like you just kind of stay to yourself a lot, with the 9 of Pentacles, because 'cause you're solid in yourself, and so you're just hanging with spirit, through here, but it does feel volcano, the 5 of Wands is like something that starts off feeling like conflict, turns into friendship, and then it ends. And so whenever your last week is, it's going to be exactly what you expect. Little awkwardness in the beginning, but then what's happening for you, and you're okay with it. So um I like that. It feels fine. And then um so your last question was a yes or no. You've got the King of Swords and the Knight of Swords, which this is all the mental stuff, and you so you've got the Ace of Swords seeing things from a higher perspective here. And, you know, with it, is the new role beginning by the second week? Well, we have movement with the Knight of Swords, so there is movement of news. I feel like that you get new communication, but I don't necessarily feel like the role begins, um, by the 2nd week of August, and for some reason I was thinking July. I feel like, I definitely feel like you're gonna be getting communication about all of this here, in the next couple weeks. I feel like you're gonna be starting, by August. Like, you're gonna be working when August 1st hits, is what I felt before. So I feel like you're gonna be getting all this communication here in the next couple weeks, and, and, so, I definitely feel like you will, get notification here very, very, very soon, very soon. So that is what is coming in. I know, woohoo! All right. So again, thank you so much for your donation and for all your letting me live vicariously through your life. I enjoy it. All right. So I think that was all the donations. Oh, no. Hey, Aprilia. Thank you so much for your donation. You're all, of course. Of course. It's what I do. All right. So, Aprilia, thank you so much for your donation. And you'd like a love romance reading from today till mid-July. Absolutely. Let's take a look here. And I do want to pull an oracle card for you as well. Um, so you have a choice between one, two, three, and four. So whatever you would like to, what resonates for you, we will pull the card from that deck there. All right. Okay. 1 or 4. 1 or 4. Um, all right. Okay. So we'll start with the tarot and then we'll take a look at those. The number's a lot. Well, I did do both, so we'll see what comes out with them. They're not they're not huge. They're not like page long descriptions of them, so I think we'll be fine with those. So we've got here. Is that binary code? What are you trying to tell me? Yeah, I know, love. Alright, so I see the Hermit card coming in here, which is about, you know, kind of being in this space of being alone with yourself, right? Um, so, we've got this, journey that you're having here, spending a lot of time with yourself. And we have the Eight of Cups, which is leaving behind emotions that no longer serve you. Could be also friendships or relationships that no longer serve you and moving towards something that feels more like wish fulfillment, which would be another nine. The Nine of Cups is a wish fulfillment card. So I do feel that the journey here of love and romance can lead you away here, right? That's the start. This is the start of the story. Part of the transformation that comes in here, I like you have the Wheel of Fortune, which the Wheel of Fortune does tell you whatever unfolds does unfold for us always, right? But the Wheel of Fortune tells us that even our human feels it's for us. It's the tune of for you, right? The for tune. So with whatever this ending, because it isn't 10 is endings and new beginnings, it does your human does feel like it's for you. So that's good, So it's like, okay, I get it. And you have the Five of Pentacles, which the Five of Pentacles is this transformation that happens from these feelings of being abandoned, left out in the cold, left behind, these feelings of lack that also transforms. I mean, you go from feelings of lack to these feelings of fortunate and feeling full. So there is this transformation that comes with this too. So we have that. And we do have this, the Prince of Wands, Knight of Wands, or the Prince of Wands, and this is the Page of Wands in this particular deck, which is, of course, new passion, new inspiration, new excitement, new energy that comes in for you. And the Knight of Pentacles, too. So you've got movement, slow movement, but this also is this pursuit of looking at your worth in a relationship out in the outside world in a different way as well. So I like these, coming in. It does feel like you're in a transition here. Um, so we'll take that and let's see what comes in with the oracle cards. All right. So you do have the number 5 with obstacles and challenges, here with romance. Yay! We like that. And this one, yeah, this is like the 5 of wands, right? Yeah, the 5 of wands, I believe. Let me just find that in here. Okay, here it is. Yeah, so this card represents the obstacles, power struggles, and challenges that you must face in order to overcome them. So, you had the 5 of pentacles, and so you have the 5. It's almost like, these transitional, transformational energies that are coming in here. And this could be a difficult period to get through, but it's not impossible if you open your mind and see the bigger picture of how something went wrong. Don't get caught up in it. Just pause and stand back for clarity. Observe where adjustments are required or which decisions may need to be changed to enable you to move forward in a positive direction. Life really is all about learning, so don't play the victim. Take the knowledge you've gained from this experience so that you can apply it to similar situations in the future. This card often comes forth when competition is around you, whether it's in your personal or business life. It's an excellent time to think creatively and ask yourself, how can I make myself shine above all the rest? Hmm, that's interesting. All right. So that was that one. And the other one that came out here was card number 7. And this one says, movement helps my energy and emotions to flow. So here's more movement coming in here. And this one does say, everything in life is constantly moving and changing, and movement is the key to transformation and creation. If we're not moving our bodies, the energy can't move properly and the emotional bodies can stagnate. Physical movement moves our whole being and is what our bodies are made for. Do you have movement and flow in your life? Are you feeling stuck with emotions, thoughts, or energy flow? There are many ways of moving the body, including physical movement, exercise, yoga, qigong, and other physical practices. But it can also be movement through conscious breathing and subtle movement with the eyes. Any way that you can see if a small or big activation exercise can help you and your emotions flow more. Emotions can get stuck in our body, especially when unexpressed and when the body hasn't fully embodied the feeling. It is unresolved and needs a way to be moved and transformed. The same goes for our energy and the subtler aspects of our body. Now's the time to integrate more movement into your daily practice to move forward on your healing path. So, yeah, I wonder what else. um, right, yeah. I had a feeling. I thought, because I thought there was a reading before where there was like this parting, and then around your birthday, hope you had a good birthday. It was like that you guys were together, but then I feel like they were dropping the ball. And then, so I feel like it's like you guys are like in this ebb and flow type of thing that's going on here. But some of the movement practices, you can do easy stretches in the morning. You can get out, breathe fresh air, let the eyes consume nature. You can have physical movement through walking, running, and other forms, breathing exercises that move energy and emotions, simple eye movements up, down, side, side. Ooh, that can make you dizzy. Shaking, dancing, and singing. The symbols on here, you have the peacock, which is purity and the angelic realm in the Kurdish Yazidi tradition, and the butterfly on here, which represents lightness. So that was what those were saying there. So, oh, very cool. Very, very good. All right. So thank you for your additional donation. And we'll take a look here and see what's going on. I feel like I'm going to switch up cards here from the Star Tarot to the Naked Heart Tarot. Let's rip her heart open. See what's going on in there. All right. So, what is going on with Sarah? Oh, very good. Yeah. So, definitely do that. That will help move things and allow these emotions to get out of your body. Allow them to flow, right? So, feel are the first three, and then think. Wait, this one, and these two. Okay. Okay. The ebb and the flow. So, it's interesting because, you know, how she feels, it's like, it's just she wants it's like there's this magician card is like wanting to have this new start, this new, renewed opportunity in the outside world. The magician is putting forth the effort and that. But then we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is all about work, work, work. The beaver, she's worked so hard, right? It's like the her work is just moving, 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 and there's all this movement, and I kind of feel like they're torn in between the two because they've got so much that they've put into their work. They don't want this to suffer, but they don't. So it's like they're torn in between with their emotions. It just feels like they're. That just cracks me up with the beaver. Um, and the thinking through all this too. She's just in this place here with this sage, which is the Hierophant. She's really, trying to find peace of mind, trying to find out what is she really wants in life. Who does she want to be? What does she want? Who does she want to be with? All this stuff. Because we've got the seeking of higher love within herself, but also, the seeking of a new like a new love, and here's the joy celebration marriage card too. It's like all this stuff, but it just feels so undecided. It just feels so divided. Like, it's just like there's, um, everything is just um, like she's standing in the middle of a fork in the road and just doesn't know what to do. It's just like there's all the opportunity and, all this on one hand, but then she got all this other stuff on the other. And it just feels so, it almost feels like she's channeling your energy. Like she's a Gemini. She's got a split personality, but she's the Taurus, and almost like you feel more grounded and she feels more split. But, of course, you being a Gemini all your life, you're like, I'm used to having a split personality. And I know I'm an Aquarius, we're the multiple personality of the zodiac. So I'm like, I get it. But I feel like it's she's used to being so grounded, but she feels so ungrounded. I just feel like she's just in all these directions, you know? Um, I wanna give you a fortune cookie card. Just wanna see here. So what more? Yeah, so you got the planning card here, which almost feels like exactly what we're talking about, like, kinda what she's trying to do. 'Cause it says, and it was hard to read that, it says, "Now is the time to lay down the foundations for your future. Financial gains are more than likely," but it's planning, planning, planning. It's like, you gotta plan, and they just don't know what they want. That's why they're finding it so hard to plan, you know? And then I want to give you an empowering question. This is for you. I feel like that was more of a summary of just like where she wants to plan, she wants to take action. That magician is like they want to take action, but they're like, but well, oh, I don't know. It's like they start to step off and then they don't, and then they're just like they're very frustrated. Yeah. And so this is for you. What is the most courageous thing you've done, and how did that make you feel? I like all the green, matching your green. I'm on there too. So, so maybe you get to help her make her decision, huh? Yeah, because here I feel like this is what she chooses, right? Here's the midwife. I'm glad you mentioned midwife because you know that I was gonna say, what's the birthing person? But there's the birthing person. I just feel like they've already made their choice, um, over and over and over again, right? So, but that's what's coming in. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I like where, excuse me, you're headed because there is all this wonderfulness ahead, but I don't feel it's going to involve them because I just don't feel like they can give you what you deserve, um, you know, but that is what they have. So, again, thank you so much for your multiple donations. Yeah, and I feel like they've already made that choice before, right? Because they constantly every time they choose work and rest over being with you is a decision and a choice. It's not like a choice we make suddenly, it's a choice we've been making all along, right? When you look back and you're like, how did we get so far apart? One step at a time, one decision at a time of not walking with me, but walking away? So that is what I feel. I feels it, which is all right, because I know like my last relationship that I had was the one that was I felt they were trying to fit me in between the important things, which I almost feel like this is the kind of energy that's coming in with this. And I didn't want it anymore, right? Yeah. And so afterwards though, which is I think we might have talked about this a couple readings ago. If I did, here's it again. I was going to apologize, but I'm like, obviously they want you to hear it again, because you know they go like, "What did you learn from that?" And I'm like, "Well, that some people don't think you're important." And they're like, "Okay, so if they're a mirror, what did you see?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah. How was I trying to fit myself in between the important things?" Instead of making myself a priority in my own life. And I'm just like, okay, note to self, right? So I like it. And I like that that card said what you've learned through this one, this card, the obstacles and challenges says that look at what you've learned in this one so you can apply it to future situations that are similar. And you're like, okay, I put myself first when it comes to other future relationships. And I like it for you. All right. So that's what they have for you, Prilia. Hang in there. I feel you. I feel you. I'm sending you lots of love. All right. All right. So I think that's all my donations. So we're gonna scroll to the top here. And we did leave off with LA. So LA, you want to know which month out of the next 3 months will Jason reach out? July, August, or September? We've got the Eight of Cups, the eighth month of August. Boom. What? A fast answer? What? No journey to get to the answer? What is happening, LA? So August is where they are right there in the middle, right there. So that's what they have. So many blessings to you. You're welcome, Aprilia. All right. So Cheery, you are up next. You want some guidance. So let's take a look here and see what guidance they have for you here. So you got the Justice card coming in. So, of course, we've got the Ace of Swords is the center of the card, which is allowing you to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm. So continue balancing, focusing on knowledge and awareness, connecting to unconditional love and the higher truths of the spirit world, while at the same time looking into your fears and cutting those away because this balance is coming in. And it's more so that they're, you know, saying that to continue on the balancing act. It's not an act, but the balancing actions that you're taking, because when we're out of bounds to start off with because we're given all these fears growing up, right? As we start piling on unconditional capital T truths, it starts to balance, but it moves faster the more we throw these things off while piling things on here. It balances faster. So they are saying that it is possible to move faster, have balance happen faster in our lives, just as long as we're focusing on connecting to the higher realms while also processing and taking things off of that side of the scale too. So I like it. And that's what they have for you, Cherry. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. You're doing it now. Boom, boom, boom. Like you said, I didn't get to see your other replies yet, but um, I know it's like keep doing what you're doing. It's like you're like, I want advice. They're like, keep going, keep doing it, doing what you're doing. You're right along the same path. Do I keep going straight? Yeah, you're on the right path. Keep moving, keep moving. Do I turn yet? No, nope. Keep moving, keep moving. So I like it. All right. So always victory. You've been getting the Four of Cups and Judgment card often. What specific cup or new beginning do your guides feel that you're ignoring? All right. So you've been getting the Four of Cups and the Judgment card. Which what specific cup or new beginning do my guides feel you're ignoring? Um, you've got the Queen of Swords here, which is balancing heart and mind. And this allows you to cut away the fears, and then the cups are allowing you to connect to your emotions. But I don't, the energy I'm picking up is not so much that you're ignoring things. I feel like they're just pointing, saying that this is what you need to do and where you're headed. Because the Judgment card is about your soul calling you to this higher love. And the Four of Cups is like you're bored with the love of the outside world and you're being drawn to this higher love. I feel they're all just saying you're on this journey of letting go of the connection and importance of the, everything that we've been taught here in the human world, which is, what defines you is relationships and situations and things. And we're like, yeah, but I feel it's so unstable and it's so disappointing and it always falls short. And like, yeah, eventually it turns us inward and upward. And I feel like it's just like all these lights. If you ever like remember old cartoons where they'd have all these signs that pointing to a door and they're going, I wonder which way I should go, and we're like, obviously, and I feel like they're just all pointing to this doorway to walk through, which is what you're stepping through. It's like a long hall and you're headed down it. And it's kind of like we were just talking with chariots. You're headed in this direction and you're doing the things, but they keep, the, if we're, it's like asking the navigation system on your car, you're on a freeway that goes, stay on this road for 50 miles and then you'll reach your destination. And you're like, am I there yet? And they're like, well, no, 49 more miles. It's like, okay, so I'm on this journey to get to this place and I'm on the right path. What is there something else I'm supposed to be doing? Of like maybe enjoying the journey because it's like, um, there's beautiful scenery on either side on this 50-mile road to get to our destination. But if we're like trying to hurry up and get to the destination, excuse me, I feel like it's more like watch, enjoy the journey, enjoy the process, enjoy the now, and maybe not that we have to get to a destination. I just feel like that's what we're taught again from our human that we have to get to this point in order to be lovable. And it's like, no, it's a lie. We're already lovable. We're just on a journey and we can enjoy the journey and the process of that. So I feel like that's more of it. I don't feel like there's something that you're like significantly not doing and ignoring. I just feel it's like our focus is we tend to have our focus on the end of the journey. I need to get to there. And it's like when you get to there, you just have to turn around and drive back. And then you turn around and drive back. It's like, oh, okay. So enjoy the scenery and the process because that's what it is. So that's what's coming in. Always victory. So many blessings for you. I understand that for sure. Yeah. Yeah, the 50 mile yeah, the 50 miles, are you driving through Kansas? Sorry for anyone that lives in Kansas, but I don't need to apologize. You're like, I know." You're like, "What? Is it desert? What's going on here?" But there can be their own it can be their own, there's beauty in the desert too. If you say it enough, you'll believe it. Yeah. If you're bored and dissatisfied with the life plan, then I'm like, chunk the life plan. Oh, I've lived in Las Vegas and Southern Utah, um, and, visited, well, when we moved to Las Vegas when I was a little boy, I jumped out of the U-Haul truck barefoot onto the street. It was 120 degrees out, and I jumped onto the sidewalk, which was equally as hot, and I jumped into the grass, which was still hot. My dad had to pick me up because yeah. When you're sweating in the shade, it's dang hot. Yeah, yeah. They recovered. I moved fast, and so did my dad. He was like, "What are you doing?" Pick me up. I was only like 7 or 8 years old, I think, so I was a little skinny little runt. I probably just glided along it. Alright. Um, yeah. So, bored and dissatisfied with the life plan, then that's not your life plan, that's someone else's life plan, right? So I like about when you wake up in the morning going, "Ugh, I gotta live my dream today," and it's like, "No, that's not your dream then." So if you're bored and dissatisfied with your life plan, it's not your life plan, it's a life plan maybe that you think you're supposed to have. So maybe it's you can throw it away and you can start a new life plan and go, "Okay, what is my new life plan?" I'm going off-road. You're leaving that little freeway. All right. Wow. You're still on a spin. So New York, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, South Carolina, Mexico, Texas. Yeah, that's about me. I was Wisconsin, Colorado, Nevada, California, back to Colorado, here, and then Denver, and then San Antonio, then back to Colorado, and then Iowa, and then back to Colorado, and then Idaho, and then southern Utah, and then back to Colorado. So not too much. I called my dad a gypsy. All right. So, Cherry, thank you so much for your donation here. I'm so sorry. So, you want to know, what will your spouse think about you at the initial stages of your meeting? Because you say no to everything. Oh, yeah. Capricorn rising right here. All right. It's funny, with living so many places, um, we moved a lot when I was young. I'm like, well, as many lifetimes as we've had, we've lived everywhere anyway. All right. You're so funny, Cherry. So what are they gonna think of you? Like, wow, a challenge. Dun dun dun. So after the initial stages, because I feel like you are gonna meet him at like just like an energy summit or something, like spiritual type of thingy. So I don't feel like, yeah. Yeah, I knew the devil card was gonna show up. That because that's how they'll think about you. So, after the initial stages of your meeting, they just see you as a new, different type of love. Here's the 4 of Cups, always victory, huh? But we got this is a new type of love, and they see you as someone who is true to your authentic self, and they like that. They like that you don't try to be someone that you're not. Um I feel like they're very intuitive because they see here that the Wheel of Fortune, they can see it and they understand it, and they understand fate and how they just know that everything unfolds for them. And so I feel like they're very mature and that they feel the connection and that they don't. I just feel like they don't put a lot of pressure on it. It just unfolds. I don't feel like they're like um you also think like they're not they're not normal, and you're like, thank god they're not normal, because they just they just are very go with the flow. It almost, they almost feel Buddhist monkish to me, in a way of that they're just very serene, and their energy around them, you're just like I don't know if you ever saw True Blood. It was a vampire TV series, right? And I don't know why well, I used to watch a lot of stuff, that's why they always bring movies back to me, but Sookie, who was the one of the main characters, when Bill the vampire came to the diner, when she touched his hand, because she was, like, psychic, where she would hear everyone talking and everything, but when she touched him, it got silent, and I feel like that's almost like, how this energy comes for you, is that when you're around them, um, there's like this calmness, and you're like, oh, this feels so good. And you feel different in their presence, because you just feel this bubble of love, this bubble of peace and quiet and tranquility. And you're just like, I like this. So this is what I feel, comes in there. Um, no, and I feel like they're from your country. I don't, I feel like they're, you know, um, well, yeah. I mean, I do feel like I don't feel like they're foreign. It didn't feel like that. It felt like they have a connection to, the island of Japan, or islands, where they just feel like they feel like home there. But I got the 10 of Pentacles, so again, that feels like life overflowing and the movement of wands. There's movement of energy. So they feel it, and I feel like you both feel this energy and this feeling of wholeness. And then, of course, we have the Capricorn energy. There it is. Duh. So devil card. We knew it was gonna show up here because this is Capricorn. and so they get it. They understand you. I almost even feel like with when you're interacting, they might even just be aware of things and go, "You're a Capricorn, aren't you?" And you're like, "I am." And you're like, "That's cool. I am too." I feel like maybe they are a Capricorn too, because I feel like that's why they get it. They're like, "I understand." So I like it. So, yeah, it feels very good, Cheery. It's going to be different. It's not going to be like anyone else you've met because they have to be different. Um, it's this, yeah, the energy. I mean, that can be some of it too, but you just feel, yeah, and yeah, because we talked about it. You have past life connections, and so it is if you feel like you meet an old friend, someone trusted. It just feels. Wow, it just feels comfortable. You feel, and both of you feel that way. It's just like, hey, and then it's unlike anything. And that's why, you know, it's like, oh God, I don't want to meet them, or oh. It's like, no, it's going to be like, this is weird. This feels peaceful, and there's no pressure around it. You know, it just is this connection that you make, and then it grows from there. It's not like they're like, "Oh my god, I love you, and I want you to marry me." Like when they meet you and you're like, "Oh my god." It's like, no. It feels very comfortable, moving forward. Alrighty. So I don't know if were you donating for another question, or was it for that question? Because I kinda just lumped it all in. Because it just feels like it's just, it's because you're both I feel like a Capricorn now. It's like because you're both pursuing the same things, you're seeing the same things. I feel like they're an energy worker. I feel like they do like qigong energy work. They do, I feel like even acupressure or acupuncture, or both maybe. I just feel like they work on energetic bodies like meridians and everything, and I feel like where you meet is because there's this mini little small, not like a huge convention, but a small training with, maybe, I don't know, less than 40 or 50 people that are at it. Um, but I feel like it's to help with a different type of a modality of something. And that's what drew you there, is something that you're learning, and that's where you guys bump into each other. So I just feel like they're, excuse me, doing that, or maybe Chinese medicine. Just I feel like they have a variety of things. They just are, they help people physically a lot with their energy, with energy work and acupuncture, acupressure, maybe even herbs and stuff. But I feel like that's kind of their niche or whatever. So that's what I feel's coming in there, Cheery. So here we go. It's getting more and more detailed. Are you keeping a little book on? Okay, this is who they are. All right, so let me jump in here and complete some more free readings. Thank you guys for your patience. So, lovey, you want to know, when is Dalton coming to Canada? All right, well, we got the Spirit of Cups, so it should be the King of Cups. So there's some balance going on here. Okay. Feel like that, if they, because the King of Cups is balancing heart and mind. If they, and I feel like this is their energy, the soonest it would be like October, like even they're moving moving by camel. But I feel like that there's this, it depends on their energy. The soonest would be, like I said, October, but they've got some stuff that they got to balance out in their life. But I feel October is like, um, the earliest with if they do and balance things that they can get everything going. I feel like October is the month that the soonest that they'd be arriving via camel. I don't know why they'll be taking a camel to Canada, but there you go. I'm just kidding. All right, so that's what they have for you, lovey lovey. And Dijona, you want whatever comes out here. Let's take a look here. Well, here you go. You got the full card coming in here. So you do have this new journey that's coming here, this ending of old cycles, this moving into new ones. And so you are having this forward movement, but it's an adventure that is free of a lot of expectations. I feel like you get that a little bit here, but it's this new way of trusting the what and the who and the how and the when, and you're like, "You know what? I'm just gonna kind of move forward. I'm gonna enjoy this journey like the soul when it's first coming here, when a baby's first born, and when a little child feels like anything is possible before adults uh, tell us what's possible and what's impossible. So I really like this for you. There is this, journey that's coming in. So I do like it there. So that is what they have for you. So here we go. So many blessings to you. Oh, oh, if it's not him, you're gonna run away far from the earth. You secretly love someone. You're scared it's not gonna be him. Oh. Well, whatever's meant for you will not pass you by, right? And that's the whole thing is if it's not them, then you know that the universe wouldn't be like, "Oh no, no. We downgraded you from first class to coach and it's the one right by the bathroom that doesn't recline and you get to experience everyone." It's like, no, they would be moving you to first class. Like you thought you had a good seat in business class. Like, oh no, no, no. We're moving you to ultra first class that has its own room. So you get to move up. So if you truly trust the universe, if you trust, they will um you will let your fears go and know that it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful choice there. All right, cheery. So, Starfall, you are up next. Is it for your highest good to distance yourself from your relatives a couple of months? Spirit knows why you're thinking about it. It wouldn't hurt. You gonna go to the moon? Way, way distance yourself. um, it can be helpful for you, I feel like here with the moon, it gives you time to dive deep, see things from a different perspective. It allows you time to nurture yourself. It allows you time to connect with spirit and dive deep into the unconscious and the subconscious, and be able to see what reflections that they're reflecting back to you, and you're allowed to really, without being triggered into so much fight or flight, and to feel like you have to defend all the time. It allows you to have this space to just reflect, super reflection, and see what was the sole agreement between all this. Why did I choose this family? you know which is a wonderful, if you've ever um, been able to do like a journaling, and this is for everyone. If you ever just wonder what are the characteristics of my mom, what like positive characteristics, and what challenges that you have with them, and then also for the father. And then, like, okay, why did I choose them? Why did I want to purposely? Because I chose my parents. So why did I choose them? And then why did I choose my brother? Why did I choose my family? And it's amazing if you can do it from a place of calmness and from distance, like from the moon, then you can learn a lot about yourself and start seeing them differently and go, okay, now I know why. But But I believe that is what they have for you, Starfall. So many blessings to you. I like it. All right. And so, Dollface Diva, you are up next. General for next week. Let's see what we got here. We got the Judgment card coming in here. So it's kind of a double endings, double new beginnings, but also, seeing things from a higher perspective, this transformation. It's like a calling our higher self, allowing us to see things from a butterfly perspective instead of a caterpillar perspective. So it almost feels too like being able to see things, like to see how far you've come. And I feel like there's some good reflections that come in next week of like, oh wow, normally that would have really threw me off, but it I realized it didn't even hardly bother me. And I feel like it's a good reflection to see how far that you've come in here. So I like it. And that's what they have for you. So easy breezy. So that's what they have, Dollface Divas. So many blessings to you. We will continue moving down the list here. Right. Happy Pill. What opportunities are coming for you? Let's take a look here. We got the Innocence of Swords. So this is the Page of Swords, which is new communication, seeing things differently, from a higher perspective, a different perspective. It is learning. And so it is possible if you were looking for some sort of education or training or study that can also um, be something that's coming your way here. But it is about knowledge. It is about increasing it and new communication coming in too. So I feel like it's a couple areas that it touches there with that, but you definitely, I feel like new communication, important new communication coming in, but also opportunities for growth and knowledge, either classroom or some sort of study or through life experience. Woo, that learning things the hard way. We like that one. Uh, I know I do, evidently. So, but I feel like that's a good little tidbit of what's coming your way there. So many blessings to you. And Magician, you want to know something about this coming week here? We have the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands is all about where are we investing our energy? Whatever we focus on grows and expands. And so we've got the Two of Wands coming in here, which tells us that you have these choices, and we always do. But during this next week, whatever you focus on, and you know this being with the Magician, manifestation usually takes a little bit of time. When we focus on lower vibrational things, they come in slow. Focus on higher vibrational things, they come in slow. But next week it's whoosh, 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 things come fast, um to you instead of going slow. So if you're focused on something low vibration, like, whoa, it's here already. You're like, no, no, I don't want to focus on that. I want to focus on this. That drifts away. And this comes in. So you know that when something's flying towards you, if you don't want it, you focus on the opposite to draw that in instead, and then that's drifts away. And um it's like a what is it? The Hunt for Red October. See, they speak to me in movies because I saw a lot of movies growing up. But the Hunt for Red October with Sean Connery, where um, someone was shooting a missile at a submarine, and they turned and went towards it before it could arm itself, and it just hit it and fell down instead of blowing up. And so that's kind of the thing, is like that when you go to the opposite, it disarms the bomb from hitting you, and it brings in the positive thing instead. So I like that for you for next week there, Magician. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the free list here. So Shauna Brown, hello. So general reading covering next week. All right. Well, you've got the Two of Swords coming in. So any decisions that come in next week, it's important for you to close your eyes and open your heart. So try not to make decisions strictly by the mind. Let your heart have a say so in what you're deciding to do. Um, If it seems really, really logical and your heart's like, I don't wanna," then try closing your eyes and going, "Well, what would you want?" And then is there a win-win where both of your little brain and, the brainchild and the heart child, can they both be happy in a situation? So, I feel like that's an important thing for next week is with decisions to be made, don't just do what you think is the right thing to do that seems good on paper and logical because your heart wants to live and it wants to have a seat at the table. So that's what I would say for you for next week, Shauna. So many blessings to you. All right. And Golden Mystic, a general reading here. Let's see what Spirit has. All right. You got the Star card. So this is like the wish fulfillment, dream come true, wish upon a star card here. But I feel like another thing that comes in with the star card is usually, is there 7 in here? There's usually 7 stars on the star card, which represent the 7 chakras. And it does talk about balance. It does talk about bringing energy into alignment and to have some self care. I feel it's important just to kind of check in energetically and just if you, can, like, search the internet with, or YouTube, with, any kind of chakra balancing music, or meditations, whatever floats your boat. I really feel like it's good to do that. It's like it's a good time just to have this alignment, because everything will just feel so much more calm and smooth. I just feel like I'm slowing down and it feels really zen and good. And I feel like that's what they're wanting for you right now. So that is what they have, Golden Mystic. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. Love you, swimmer girl. You're welcome, Shauna. All right. We're getting down there. So, Richard Data, hello, hello. You like some guidance and general messages from Lord Shiva? Absolutely. Let's take a look here. See what they would like you to know. All right, we got the judgment card popping in here. So, definitely seeing things from a higher perspective. This is your higher self. They are inviting you higher and higher and higher. With the card being card 20 with double X's here, double endings, double new beginnings, I feel like they're saying it's okay to trust that, sometimes some people will fall away here. I almost feel like there's like this flock of butterflies, but the butterflies are dropping away, and that it's okay because where you're going, some people can't go. But I feel like it's this calling. They're drawing you up, they're drawing you up, drawing you up more. And it's an important piece here. I almost feel like you're getting some downloads. This reminds me of like a computer where the bars are loading and loading and loading and loading. But I feel like it's loading fast here. And you're entering this time here of some great enlightenment, some great movement up in thought and belief and mindset and connection. I feel like you too that you're getting this clear vision of your calling, of how you're wanting to express your unconditional love in your heart to the world in a very unique way. I just feel like there's this aha that's coming, like they're just really removing like a veil from your eyes and you're seeing things so clearly here in the very near future too. So I like that for you. Here it comes. Right, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And so, Anjali, any blessings coming for you? Let's take a look here. Well, I've got the 2 of Wands popping up here again. So some of the cards are repeating, which is all right. Could be the energy that's around us, but the 2 of Wands does tell you that, yeah, you have the opportunity for a lot of blessings, but they're telling you with that there's this energy, and I feel like maybe they mentioned this before to you recently. I feel like this is what they told you this morning, and maybe you got the same card. It's weird. But it's like whatever you focus on right now, you get very, very fast. It's like what we just talked about. I feel like we talked about this morning. I feel unless I dreamt it, which is possible too, but I feel like it feels like there's this repetitive message like you were told in the month of June, whatever you focused on would come true very fast. Either, lower vibrational or higher vibrational, and it's being extended 6 weeks, like, to the end of July-ish, that whatever you're focusing on comes very, very fast, and it's an opportunity for you to realize what you focus on. It's a wonderful kind of laboratory, for that. So, that's what's coming in, Anjali, so I like it, I like it, I like it. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list. Christy Okana, hello. An angel message. Absolutely. Let's see what your angel would like you to know right now. Yeah. Wow. Page of Pentacles. It's like a new message of new opportunities coming your way. Not normal message, right? But I like that this is also, reinforcing that your relation of your worth, to the outside world, it's really been you've been focusing on that, you've been transforming it. It's just growing and growing and growing, and I feel like they keep giving that to you to show you that it's exponentially just becoming bigger and bigger, and that you're going to have these opportunities that are opening up where you're actually going to see just how much you've grown in a short amount of time. And that's what's great, when someone really, really irritating who used to be irritating, they're not irritating, that where we had irritation feelings toward, that now you're just like, why they don't bother me anymore? What happened? But it's because some things have changed within you, and you're just like, you just see things more clearly for what they are. So I like it, and it feels like there's going to be validation of that. Not tests, there's no tests, right? Right, Christy? Yeah. That there's no tests, it's just, experiments. We call it experimentation, where, you learn something in science class, like, "Oh, when you put these 2 things together, they explode. Well, let's go try it out." Or you can put these 2 things together and they don't explode. Let me go try that out, and, like, it didn't explode this time. Huh, that's great. Oh, you know what? Because before I had the amounts reversed, that's why it exploded before, but now it's not. I get it. So I like that. You're very welcome. So here we go. All right. Hey, Deb, love and light to you. All right. Yeah, and thank you so much, Deb. It's a great reminder. I forget, I get so caught up in the readings that I forget to thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you give the video. Something that you can do that's free, and it definitely helps spread the Zen love. So you get to be part of the love tsunami, because the YouTube algorithm loves it, loves it, loves it, and does encourage it to want to share my other videos with people automatically. So thank you guys for doing that. And thank you, Deb, for mentioning that. All right. So we did those. We did those. All right. We answered those. We answered that. All right. Sorry, I'm just making sure I didn't bypass anyone here. And those were the donations. You guys are so funny. Just skimming through some of the responses here as I'm scrolling down here. Okay, those were those. All right. I think. All right, new love. I believe we are down to you there. And you feel like H isn't interested in you really. Should you move on from him? All right, let's take a look here and see what is Spirit's advice. Is it worth the time, or is there something better on down the road? Hmm. Well, like, I got a lot of mind stuff here. We got the Queen of Swords or the King of Swords. Yeah, it's even the king, not even the queen. That very much in their head, in their head, in their head. I don't feel like there's emotion there. And here again, all about the Ace of Swords, about balancing thoughts and thoughts and mind and thoughts and mind. Um, I just feel like they're very much well, it feels like they are an air sign, which if you're gonna need a lot of patience because I'm an air sign. So on behalf of air signs everywhere, if you're gonna be with an air sign, you have to have patience that they're not gonna show emotion easily. They're thinkers. And when it's like when people are with a an air sign, you don't ask them, "How do you feel about me?" They're like, "What?" You're like, "I'm sorry, what do you think about me?" Because they're up here. This is where they live, and the heart is like, "Oh, yeah, that's somewhere I go every once in a while." Um, it's like an old refrigerator in the basement. Every once in a while, I go down there to throw out the stuff that's rotten and to put new stuff in it. And so, if that's not what you want, then ease on down the road is what I feel there. Because I feel like the interest won't be a ton emotional, expressed emotionally. And if you are wanting that emotion, that romance, and that, then I feel like that's probably more with someone else, is what I feel with all that air energy there. So that's what's coming in there, new love. So many blessings to you. All right. And I think we've done those. We've done those. We've done those. All right. And Pamela Bartel, we made it down to you. So, will you be able to take the trip that you're planning? All right. Let's take a look here and see what they have here. Well, I believe so. You got the Eight of Wands, movement, movement, movement. So that would be a yes, that there is. And it feels like it happens maybe faster than you thought, as well. Because that Eight of Wands is like, whoosh, 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 whoosh. So I feel like an opportunity might be coming up even sooner than you had thought. So I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. Well, actually, I think we've reached to the end. Swimmer girl, I don't see that you asked a question, but you've been commenting here. Did you have a question? Did you want a happy marriage reading, or you're like, oh heck no, not yet. Got to enjoy it. You do on the bottom have the Nine of Cups, which is emotional wish fulfillment, dreams come true. So we have that there. What's on the bottom of this one? But I like it. I like it. I like it. And of course, everyone, um, just, you know, uh, for those that have not um, entered the drawing yet for tomorrow, here is the link for my every Monday. I have a drawing for free personal recorded readings. I'll be giving away two 30-minute readings. And so if you want to find out how to get into the drawing, check out that video. And then also, I put out a new Take 10 with Zen, episode 2. It's fairly new, something I've started just a couple weeks ago, obviously, which is We take a subject, something that helps us about connecting to spirit realm and remembering who we really are, and also answer questions from my subscribers. And it's a video 10 minutes and under around with the content. And so if you're interested, we talked about spirit guides in this one and dimensions, the one before that. And if you have any questions that you would like to have a recommendation for a video, be sure to comment on that one as well. Or you can send, it talks about how you can send me an email too. If you have not checked out your June/solstice readings for each individual zodiac sign, here is the playlist for that. They go into a lot of detail on those. They were like an average of 40 minutes. So they do go into health and wealth and energy and your mental journey as well. So if you want to check those out. And then also, each week I put out at least one pick a card reading out, and this one was about what's the solstice bringing you. So there was also a pick a card for that, which was pretty cool. So if you want to check any of those out, I also have a ton of pick a cards that are available on my main page. So if you want more messages from Spirit, you can surely check that out. They're all a lot of free content there as well. So that seems to be everything there. So thank you guys so much again for all the love and all the support and your thirst for seeking after spirit. And I will be back on Wednesday. I'm here Wednesday through Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So I shall return. Until then, just know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, have a good rest of your night or day, wherever you're at in the world. Until then, much love to you. You guys hang in there and take care, and we'll see you soon. You have a good night.